I don't know if I am online or... Oh, welcome to Live Chat. Oh, my... Just switch off. Yeah, just walking. Walk and talk. Actually, just idea to walk and talk. Actually, I'm doing this all the time. Walking and talking. This is good to spend a time when you walk. First trial video. Yeah, I am somewhere just in United States, Texas, Edinburgh. I am on daily walk. Actually, first time, not too much to talk, even don't have slight idea for the moment what to talk, but just walk and we will see. Maybe this is not interesting for somebody, just to watch how I'm walking. But actually the walk is really great thing. I started to walk 2015, like really walk. I mean, I started with some kind of 5 kilometers per day, and it just was a fun. Actually, also I had some overweight, but this is an additional story, and this is not maybe even an issue. But at that time I had 150. My height is almost 2 meters, 198. And this 150 was also too much. I had in 2015 some surgery. I had some heart issue, and yeah, some spare parts were changed. Actually, one spare part was changed, and now the spare part works better than the new one, than my own one. Own one was just cut out. So yeah, and then after surgery I started to walk from 2015. Now it's already almost 9 years of walking experience. We can say walk or hiking. As always, something is with internet connection. And I was... they are still in my hand. Actually, I don't know yet how to make streaming and hiking parallel with two with two poles, what is in English, who knows. Yeah, but okay, still from 2015 I walk. I came from those 5 kilometers per walk up to, let's say, average 12 kilometers, sometimes 10, sometimes 15. Depends. Sometimes when you lost a road, even up to 20. Okay, I have all the gadgets, and to lose a road this is almost impossible, but still sometimes this happens. Just because there is some maybe rivers or channels, or suddenly disappeared bridges, and then you have made a wrong turn, and just you need to or go back or make a bit bigger turn. So yeah, almost 9 years, and from those 150 already in first 3 years, something in 2017, 2018, I got back to my current weight. The weight was even maybe a little bit less at one moment, but it could be connected with some different stuff, some another stuff, why it was less. But now it's around 100 kilograms plus minus. In the States with good food, this is more in plus. Okay, but just few kilograms. Yeah. Living in States, it's a bit different food than. Am I online again or not? So yeah, but I went out 5:30. Normally I am starting around 5:15 in the morning. Who knows what's going on? Hopefully, maybe while streaming there is some quality issues, but after YouTube I hope will put everything in good quality. So yes, coming back to the food, really great Mexican food. And who knows how much the calories there are. So maybe somebody from Edinburgh, Texas can recognize the place where I'm walking. It's one of the main streets actually. Yeah, you see there is some Papa's Pizza. Papa's Pizza. Actually, my son tried here Papa's Pizza. He told me it's great. So I wasn't there. It's just few hundred meters from where I'm living, but still hadn't the time to try. But son told that was okay. So yeah, and back to walk, back to the story about walk. So I am walking, as I told, 9 years. In first 3 years I lost 50 kilograms, and this is just a fact. It's not a typical advertisement of losing fat. I'm just glad that 50 kilograms is away. I don't need them, but I don't feel big difference. I mean, walking wise, because I walked with the 150, and now I'm walking with my 100. It's actually no big difference. Maybe I was at that moment sweating a bit more. Now it's less, but still you are sweating. Depends on the temperature and your dresses. I'm changing the sides of the road because the road has some angle from the middle to the sides, and then if you go all the time one side of the road, then it's not so convenient for the legs, for the joints, for knees. The knee, I'm 50 plus, actually I'm 56 years of age, and my knees, joints are, I can feel them after my professional sport. Like every professional sportsman will tell you that after 50 you start to understand. Oh, sorry for some touching the screen. Yeah, after 50 you start to understand what you have done wrong in your youth when you were practicing without warm-up, getting different small or very small different minor injuries, and normally you are recovering after, but all this stays. Oh, some dog is running. I hope the dog is friendly. You see, it's near church. There is some dog behind. I hope he's already behind. Yeah, sometimes dogs are coming in Georgia, in Tbilisi. I mean Georgia, not American Georgia, but Georgian Georgia. In Europe there is a country and capital is Tbilisi, and we were for European Championship U20 for the basketball, and I was also, it was 2022 I think, or 21, 2021, yeah, summer, and every morning I was walking the same around Tbilisi, and there is so many dogs every morning. All the dogs were following, because city and people in city is very friendly to the dogs. They just live on the streets and goes around without any problems, and nobody touch them, and they're very friendly. And every morning I was only one on the street, and then sometimes was like the dogs think that I will give something, maybe some food. With food they don't have a problem, but they still maybe is some kind of routine for the dogs, some habits, and they just think that I will give something and they are following me. There was a good case that even, I don't know, 10 or a bit more dogs were just following me, just walking, waiting that I will give something. And then one dog was really, how to say, I don't know this English word. Just one dog, all the other dogs left me, and one dog was following me like, I don't know, 5-6 kilometers. Then at the one moment, very hard rain started near the, I was close to the Tbilisi Arena. There is big football, soccer arena, and just a really strong rain started, and I tried to find some space not to get wet totally. I found it, and the dog stayed with me, and yeah, like a friend. So, but back to the walk here in Edinburgh. Actually, really nice town, really nice. I was a little bit shocked. Everybody told me, oh, you will go to States, you will have some culture shock or whatever they call it, that this is disaster, blah 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 blah. And I was actually shocked in opposite way, how the good city is, how the good people lives here. Because I think everybody just have some stereotypes from American action movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger or Bruce Willis, where they are sheriffs of some small Texas city, and that city is dangerous, and there is different mafia things, and going those drug dealers over the border, and Schwarzenegger or Bruce Willis or some other guy, maybe Stallone, tries to catch them, and on every corner you can hear gun shooting, and yeah, this is bullshit in general, but in our country everybody has such stereotypes. Here is just, I don't know, 15 kilometers, like 10 miles from the border of Mexico. This is just great town. Everything is perfect, even better. There is no problem with big cities where you don't have a space where to park your car. You have all the time traffic jams. Here you are really free to do everything you want. Nobody cares. Just perfect. I'm really happy myself that I have discovered this for me, for myself. have already, how much? Like 5 kilometers. Actually, I have a watches. Where is the watches? Watches, yeah. This is a polar. I took these polar watches immediately. Okay, now I change already for the newer model. But this is actually the third polar model I have. But I took it straight after the surgery because my surgeon told that I need to control heart rate, and he knew that I'm making some activities and that I'm playing volleyball, sometimes some basketball, but for basketball knees are too bad. You need to run a lot. In volleyball, for the old veterans, this is more light sport because you can just stay in your spot and make some kind of spot up volleyball without running and jumping. And as older you become, as more you stay in your spot. But this is okay. I mean, after surgery, I played some tournaments even. And yeah, I needed those watches to control my heart rate. You can switch for different activities when you do something, and then it is giving you all the information, and not to go over a certain limits. But actually this was just for the brains, because maybe for others it would be more important. I had everything fine with my heart rate, and yeah, just in the watches I can see everything I was, everything I have done, and there is possible in that polar app, it is possible to see every your move, all the history of your walks or other activities, all the trainings since the moment you start this app. And now I have really great map in that app. Map and app. Yeah, app. Yeah, really great map with all the places I have been, I have walked. You can see all the roads you were walking. Looking on that map, it's really interesting when you see that somewhere in the middle of the ocean there is just a sign that you have been there. You zoom it closer and you find that it's like Maldives, where was very small island, and in big map you even don't see this island. And there is this road around the small island, what I did every day during 3 weeks. But everything stays in history, and this is just a great memories. And yeah, actually I have lights, but with the lights it's difficult with camera. Yeah, I can make different like this. Normally I'm going with a blue one, but then camera is, maybe you do not need to see me, because lights you need that somebody is not with a car, somebody is not going to damage something. Yeah, everybody can see me, but maybe now, let's say, road is this is empty. There is no cars. Nobody needs to see me. Yeah, actually, sorry for my English. I do not pretend on very good grammar. My English is just, how to say, learning by talking. In a school time, I didn't have any motivation to learn English. Okay, but there was some motivation. Parents told me that yeah, you need to talk English. It will be good for your future. Of course, parents are always right, but that time in school, who cares what parents says? And I was not the worst guy in my class, but also I wasn't the best one. Just very pure, no, not pure, very poor knowledge I got from school. But after school I started to go around the world because I was a volleyball player, and I'm used to talk always the language what my talking partner is talking, because I hate when the guy cannot say something and I don't understand what he is saying. That's why I'm trying to speak the language which other is speaking. So yeah, first car passed us by, but still it's this alarm is at 6 o'clock in the morning. Why should I? Actually, this is alarm is just still from my, what is the red sign? I don't know. This alarm is from Europe, because in Europe actually I'm waking up around 6 o'clock. I'm going to walk 6:15. Here in the States I'm doing this earlier because of time difference. This time is more convenient for me to walk at 5. Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about languages and parents. Yeah, okay, it's maybe not interesting for anybody. Just let's talk about walking. And yeah, walk. Actually, this is really perfect for everything. Actually, really everything. When you are in some city, you can go different ways. You always see different things. Even if you are passing by the same place 10 times, all the time you find something new, something interesting. Some buildings, some roads, some nice land views, landscapes. And when you even go one day one direction, another day another direction, going from opposite direction, you see different things. The same place, but things are different. And this you never will be able to see driving car. Edinburgh is, and I think USA is a bit different, because I was walking in also in New York, and this is even bigger. How to say? Forgot the word. Not experience. Okay, it's some kind of different experience, because still 5 in the morning, big city, there is more cars, and also there is no pedestrian roads on every street, like here in Edinburgh as well. I can tell just maybe half a roads has pedestrian road. Like if you saw, all the time I was going on a street, not on a side. Yes, but during the early morning you can do this, and I'm going more to the middle of the road, because middle of the road is straight surface, and this is better for your knees. Actually, again, back to the knees. This is really important to go if you are, let's say, doing long walks. As better surface you have, it's easier for your joints. Okay, it's different thing if you are going in a wood, then every step is under different angle. Okay, angle differences are not small, but they still exist, those differences. And then it's different. Then it's just good load for your joints, for muscles, for bones. It's just good load walking in a wood. But if you go all the time one side of the road, then you can imagine that lower the leg, which steps the lower part of the road, is all the time longer than the leg which make a step on inside of the road. And then after a few kilometers, at least myself, I start to feel some inconvenience. But this is just a normal case, because some joints are overloaded. Just I'm changing the side of the road, and everything is good again. So just listen your body will tell you everything. As I told you, this story, walk and talk, is not about health, but I will share my experience, of course, because I have a great experience of walking. I even was counting how much I'm walking yearly, but this is actually not too difficult to count. This is average 12 kilometers per day, 365 days, and this is just 365 by 10. It's 3,600, and still 2 kilometers. It's some 730 more. It's like 4,300 something. Let's say around 4,005 kilometers yearly I'm walking. I hope my calculations were approx correct. Just not to add some zero. I think, yeah, 4,500 kilometers. No, 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers, 3 days, 30 days, 300. Yeah, 300 is 3,000. Yeah, it's okay. It's 4,500 yearly, and 10 years it's 40 something, 45,000 kilometers in 10 years. It's at some point you can go around the globe, Earth, globe, around the globe. Just some sea can disturb your plans. So, yeah, and back to the walk. So we are walking and talking, and normally I talk with my friends or with my business partners, especially when I am now in the States, in my country. In my country, it's 5 in the morning. This is like 1 p.m. It is already noon, becoming to afternoon, and you can talk with the business partners. I'm walking and doing my business while walking, just combining as much as possible. And then you all the time have some free spots. You can again see what's going on around, and yeah, really great. And then when you do not have anybody to talk with, then I just put some YouTube channel, listening some politics. But politics again is not an issue for now. Actually, I don't want to talk about politics at all, because leave the politics for politicians. There are good sayings, yeah. Not being in politics is also some kind of politics. Blah blah blah. Bullshit. Main thing is just not listening news directly from the news channels. This I hate, because this disturbs you to live. Sometimes, yeah, when you hear that something is happening, you are just trying to find information yourself. But I hate to be dependent from those channels. Like for somebody, this is like oxygen. They cannot live without this. I hate this information, because this is the most straight way when somebody is impacting you through those informations, which mostly, okay, maybe not mostly, but big part of that news, of those information is fake, is some kind of manipulating, some kind of creating different stories just because of somebody's interests. Yeah. Yeah, actually, regarding talking English, of course you understood already that this is not my, let's say, mother language by far, but still I'm trying to talk. I hope you understand me, what I'm thinking, what I'm meaning, what I mean, what I think. And yeah, here in Texas, in Edinburgh, this is also interesting thing with the language, because from, how to say, from the hat, nobody can see that I'm foreigner, and everybody is starting at least to talk with me in some kind of local dialect. I even didn't know how to call this local dialect, but this is really strange. You understand that this is some kind of English, but I don't understand anything when they start to speak. And then I'm always telling, hey guys, I'm foreigner, please do something. Please change a little your English. Because I was even telling my friends that it's some kind of Spanglish, because there is always some Spanish words. For 1 year actually I was learning Spanish language. I had plans for business in Spain, and I learned it. It was something like 2000. Yeah, it was 2007. 2007 it was. I had plans for 2008 make some business in Spain, but then that crisis started and everything was shut down, and everything gone. Also my business ideas after crisis, I didn't come back to that idea because I had my own problems to settle everything after crisis, during crisis. And okay, but everything goes like it goes, and everything what happens to the good. And maybe this business in Spain was not mine, who knows. But at least I got some Spanish. Okay, now it's already 15 years, and this 1 year learning Spanish, I remember just a few words in Spanish now. Okay, when somebody talks, I have some clue what about, but besides the words, like some words which I still remember, which I liked, just how the words sound, I remember them. I like this song, Camisanera, and then I've always, when it's Camisanera, I understand that this is what about that black shirt. And like, I also remember this, that Pero, maybe my pronunciation is not good, Pero was two words in one. Dog, one meaning, and but is another meaning. But like but, not me but you. Like, this is Pero. And okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe already I have forgot something, but it was like this, I think. Okay, some words more, like conmigo, contigo, some interesting things, like interesting things because of, at that time I liked just how they sound, these words. It was a bit strange, and that's why it was funny, interesting. Yeah, at that time I had a really actually good teacher of Spanish language. He was so creative, and the way of he was teaching, it was brilliant. Actually, he lived in Riga at that time, in my country. I'm from Riga, Latvia, if somebody knows, okay, Europe. And he was living in my town, and he was a really great teacher. And I would maybe even continue to learn Spanish, but then he had to leave. He had to go back to his Spain, and then came another teacher, and actually I already was on last lessons with previous teacher just because I like the guy, how he is teaching. I already didn't need Spanish anymore. I understood that I'm not going to Spain, but I was still continuing, and then my guy left and came another guy. He was also a good guy, but the way how he was teaching, he was just ordinary teacher, and I couldn't find further motivation to learn. Yeah, maybe it was bad decision, who knows, but this is really difficult to learn some language if you do not have a possibility to use it. And still, yes, I'm going a lot around the world, and Spanish language actually is, I could tell, I'm almost sure that this is the biggest language in the world. I'm just now thinking about Chinese, but I think it doesn't matter, Spanish is bigger than Chinese, because Chinese language has, in China, they don't speak the same language in all the country. I think there are hundreds of Chinese languages different, and it's so different that they even don't understand each other. Yeah. I remember it was 2005. First time I was for a business in Shanghai, and I had my guy, professor of history, my guy who was employee of my German partner, and that guy, that professor, was like a translator for me. We were going around the factories, purchasing the things, and he was translating, and then at some business meeting I was saying something, and then the guy, my guy, was translating, and then they start to discuss, and I asked him, why you are not translating me back? He told me, oh, this just me and them are talking different Chinese. And this was just, I don't know, 200 kilometers from Shanghai. We are talking different Chinese, and they have also some kind of translator between those two Chinese. And then they are discussing, because it is impossible to translate directly. They are more, their translation is based more on emotions, or I don't know, this bullshit. And he was explaining me, but already almost 20 years this was ago. I don't remember exactly, but it was so funny that I had Chinese translator who needed translation from that another Chinese. He knew this language himself, this another, but still maybe not so good to understand all the details. And then they were discussing all these details, and I was saying like a few sentences, and then they were like 10 minutes translating what I said for them to understand, and then they were telling back. It was funny. Yeah, my China time was really, really great fun. I remember this, their Mao Tai, this drink, Mao Tai I think was the name, who knows. Yeah, but that alcohol, it was really disaster. Okay, and I think let's finish for today. I have done almost half of the distance. maybe a bit more of my today's walk, which will be around 10 kilometers again today. So, and I don't know if there will be next walk and talk on YouTube channel, but I wanted to tell something just to tell. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. I will try to switch. Good luck and health for everybody. Actually, I hope okay, here you are.